is your arm wrestling champion. As you all know, I'm still your champion. Didn't put it on the line or anything. Tonight I want to talk about the loss that I just had recently. So I was at McDonald's, and well, technically, I was at McDonald's, right? So I was at McDonald's or whatever. We was going to, well, technically, first of all, I went to walk to the store or whatever. So I went to walk to the store. And then I bought me a movie. So I bought me a movie. So this is the movie that I got. It's called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Willy Wonka. That's a good movie. One hell of a one, too. So, I'm not even going to talk about the movie. So let's talk about the loss that I had against an associate. He's not a friend. He's an associate. I just met him. Well, I don't even know him to call him my friend, really. So anyways, just started getting to know the dude pretty much. Well, anyways, I suffered my first loss out of, thank goodness the champion still retained, at least I retained the championship. But as of not yet, I haven't put it on the line. But, so let's talk about this. So, I had my arm on the table, right? So, I had my arm I was holding on for a minute. So I was holding on for a minute. This dude named Dre or whatever, it's like, he's way older than me. He's like probably like in his 40s or something. I don't know how old he is. But next thing you know, I'm holding on or whatever. So I'm holding on. So next thing you know, I'm holding on. Next thing you know, he defeats me. So technically, he defeats me. So I might talk about that on the show. But let's talk about that. So the loss that I just suffered recently, so now it's going to be leading to a rematch. So whenever I see him again is when we'll have our rematch, And the thing about it is, was I expecting to lose? I mean, I'm still the champion. Don't get me wrong. I'm still champ. I'm still champ. I haven't put it on the line, but eventually it's going to have to lead to that because I just recently just lost. So to a dude, his name is Dre, so a dude named Dre. And now my championship's going to have to be on the line. So, all right. Let me think of a day. In April is when me and him's going to have our rematch. April. I can't tell you the date because I don't know the date. I don't know what his schedule is. But I would say around, somewhere around April, maybe April is when it would be time for me to put that championship on the line. But I will let you guys know who wins. But if I win, then I retain the championship. But if I lose, I give it up. If you lose, you give it up, and then you're no longer champion. That's the way it goes. If you lose, you give it up. If you win, you retain it. That's just what it is. But But this time I'm gonna train harder, a little harder, and I'm gonna train. I'm gonna come back stronger than I ever was before. So once I could do that, and I continue, doing that, regimen, continue doing that routine that I normally would do, then maybe I can find a way to win against that guy. But first, one, make sure you're eating make sure you're eating healthy or whatever. Make sure you're eating healthy. Stay away from, stay away from, certain foods, which I have trouble doing. But, this title, I'm gonna be honest. This title really means a lot. But but after that loss, is it's gonna have to be time to put it on the line. You know, I literally just found my match, and technically, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It says from a VHS. From VHS. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's gonna happen though. It's definitely gonna happen. So once I put it on the line, but whoever retains it, gets to keep it. I don't know who would be the referee. I don't know who would be the referee, but whoever is the ref is gonna have to say, do the going. You know what I mean? The ref calls the shots. That's for sure. The ref calls the shots. And if you lose, then you got to give up the title. If and then that person's declared the new champion, and you're a former champion. So technically, I'm not a former champion as of yet. So as of yet, no. But if I lose, then I will be. I won't be. I'll still be y'all's champion, but I won't. You know, be a champion anymore. It'll be, there'll already be another champion. I won't be a champion anymore. You see what I'm saying? Once you lose a title, you're no longer the owner of the undisputed championship. It goes to them if they win it. You know what I mean? If they win it, you know, like, but first of all, I want to say, uh, thank you. I also want to spread a message to, Dre or whatever. I want to say, hey man, I want to say, I appreciate, you know, I appreciate the match that we had, but I will say I'm ready to have my rematch. Hopefully, but I can't guarantee it. But hopefully, man, we'll have our rematch. Maybe about 3-4 months or so or whatever. You know, I'm gonna make that possible. You know what I'm saying? Oh, sorry, somebody else is trying to call, but you know what I'm saying. Like, once you lose a title, it's no longer yours. If you lose it, then the nameplate's gonna be changed. It won't be Melvin no more. The name will be somebody else. Pretty much. If Dre beats me, then all he has to do or whatever. He don't have to cover the name, but he could You can buy another replica championship belt or whatever. All you got to do is take it off and put your. Well, technically, you can. There's ways that you could do it. There's ways you could do it. You could remove the plate, and you'll have a new plate on there. It'll say Dre undisputed, champion, undisputed champion. Instead of it saying like, let me show y'all something. Right now, I'm still champion as of right now. Instead of it saying Melvin Whiteside undisputed champion, it'll say Dre undisputed champion. It'll say Dre. It won't say me anymore. But I'm as of now I'm not no former champion, so y'all are good. Your champion is still standing, even though he lost. But that's okay. Like I said, it's okay. That's okay if you lose a championship. If you either win it or you lose it, that's okay. At one point in my life, I've lost. I've lost before. I mean, when I was a teenager, I remember. Let me tell y'all a story. I remember probably about 8, 9 years ago, or whatever, about 8, 9 years ago. Me and my oldest brother, you know, technically it should be 3-0, but it don't. It counts, but it doesn't really count. But the thing about that one is, when me and my oldest brother, I grew up around him pretty much. I grew up around him, as a kid and stuff like that. And so me and my oldest brother, he's in his 40s now, so he's like 42. He'll be 43 this year. And at the time he was in his 30s. He was somewhere in his 30s at the time. I was about 13, 14 years old at the time. So the next thing you know, I challenge him to an arm wrestling. So next thing you know, I'm trying to push. Because it was actually my first time actually arm wrestling my oldest brother Eric. So I'm trying to push or whatever. The next thing you know, he's like, get out of here. And he beats me. He beats me. And I'll never will forget it. I will never forget that day. And, that's stuff that is stuff to remember for the rest of your life. At the time I was a teenager, that I mean it counts. I mean pretty much it counts, but it does, but it don't. If that makes sense. Technically, right now I'm 2-0 right now as an adult. But teenage years, I would say maybe 2-0, but maybe because I've lost before. Pretty much, I will admit I've lost before. I've lost before. I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna just keep 100. I've lost before. It's better to be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Speak up for yourself. Don't sit there and lie and say you ain't lost, because I will admit I've lost, but I've not lost my championship as of yet. I'm still the champion. My reign is still going, but once I'll lose it and it ends, 600 and something days will be over. It will end. It'll stop at such and such number or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But as you all know, I'm still your champion. I just want to say I love you. Your arm wrestling champion loves you guys. And just wanted to say, you guys really mean the world to me. And just wanted to say, put that out there. I just wanted to say thank y'all for the love. Thank y'all for the support. Thank you for everything that you guys ever, I want to say thank y'all for these past 10 years. Well, almost 10 years. I mean, pushing it, but, almost 10 years. You guys, were always, y'all been there for me. I want to thank y'all for that. I want to thank my fans for that. But I want to talk about my first loss. I mean, I might do the show tonight. Maybe I would do it right now, but I gotta, do some stuff as of, at the moment, pretty much. But at least the champion, retains. That's good, even though I suffered a loss very recently. But if I train and I continue, if I continue what I'm doing, let's say for an example, I got weights, technically I got weights and stuff, but I do need to, purchase, some more weights. I do want to do that before, continue my training session. And, before I can continue my training session, I want to continue, that routine. Each day I wake up, maybe, like eat some vegetables or fruit or, maybe certain meats that are healthy, for your body. I will admit, I don't eat the healthiest in the world. I'm not even gonna say, I don't eat the healthiest in the world. You know, like if you see my videos and stuff, I normally eat hamburger because that's just how I was raised. Growing up, my mom she would make chili. She would make chili. She would make chili. She would make tacos, quesadillas. She would make certain other foods that I really like. Hamburgers and something like that. She would make chicken. And stuff like that. Because that's just how I was raised. When you're raised a certain way and you grew up a certain way, you're gonna grow 9 chances out of 10, you're gonna grow up. You're gonna grow up and just, eat meat. I grew up, eating meat. That's just what it was. When you had, I grew up with a family who smoked. Like my mother, she smoked, which I don't smoke. I've never smoked a day in my life. I mean, I've drunk. Yes, I will say that I've drunk, but I've never smoked. Technically, I never smoked, but I did drink, but I didn't really care about beer. I didn't really care too much about drinking and all that for real. I've drunk it, but I've never really cared about it for me to get drunk. I never really was like, man, do I really care about it? Sometimes you gotta ask yourself, you know, is this the lifestyle that you wanna have? Or is it, you know, you know what I'm saying? I had to learn stuff the hard way. I had to. I had to. I mean, even though I don't like it, but you may not like something. Here's my thing about it. You may not like something, and you may not, maybe things may not always go the way you plan. You see what I'm saying? If that makes sense. I will tell you, if y'all want me to tell you the truth, I'll bring you out the truth. I'm not even gonna sit here and just lie to you or just make up stuff. I suffered an upset and a disappointment because I lost. Hey, it's okay to lose. It's okay to win too. Either way, but just keep in mind, win or lose, it don't matter. But at the end of the day, is it going to change that? It's going to have to be a rematch, and I put the undisputed arm wrestling championship on the line. No, it's not going to change anything because once I put it on the line, because I said it out of my mouth. Like, once I lose that title, I'm gonna be a former champion. I will not be a champion anymore. Once you lose a title, that's it. But give me a sec. I'm back. I'm back, guys. Y'all give me a minute. Y'all give me a minute. There's a lot going on. Y'all give me a minute. Hey guys, y'all still give me a minute. Hold on. There we go. So yeah. Um, I will say this was I will say I finally found my match. I finally found someone that could really take this title from me. Maybe this title will go home to them. But if I train hard enough, then I'll retain it. I need to continue. So that means, I need to stay on a routine. I can't, be skipping days of exercise, and I can't keep doing that. Once I skip a day, then I'm going to be taking a chance of losing my title. And do I want to take any chances? No, I don't. But so instead, what do you got to do? Stay on a routine, like you're supposed to be doing. I'm sorry. Are you fine? So what do you got to do? Stay on a routine. Train. Train regular. Like do bicep curls, like you normally do. Like do bicep curls, or maybe do push-ups. Push-ups is good for chest, shoulders, and triceps or whatever. Do that. On a regular basis, and also continue. You train once or twice a week. Like that's what I want to do. I want to train once or twice a week. Maybe work out tomorrow. Maybe do it again. Maybe let's see, what time is it now? I might do some sit-ups. You know, maybe on the show a little bit. Maybe do some sit-ups. You know, do some sit-ups. Do some push-ups. Do you collect any cards or no? No, 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 not really. No. Appreciate you coming on. The champion still stands. Thank goodness I didn't put it on the line. I couldn't put it on the line. Because if I would have, I would lose it. So don't do stuff that you're gonna regret later on. That's what you don't do. Don't do it. So I guess I'll maybe do some maybe do a little bit more push-ups tonight if my body's able to do it, and then maybe do work on my stomach. Each day I wake up, next day do leg day, next day do arm day, next day do stomach. You know, I ain't done stomach in probably a long time, in a very long time. Next day do stomach, next day do arms, next day do shoulders, triceps, next day do full body workouts. That's what you got to do full body workouts. Each day, each time you do it, you get better at it, each time, bam, 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 bam. And then eventually you see results. But your arm is supposed to hurt when you work out because, like they say, no pain, no gain. No pain, no gain. Like, if it don't hurt, it don't work. That's just what it is. If it don't hurt, it don't work. But I will tell you something about, my shoulder. My shoulders, well, last year my shoulders was dislocated. But I'm doing a lot better than how I was, before, which that's good. That's really good. I'm doing better. I'm not wearing this. You know how last year I had this on? I had this on last year, but now I'm pain free. I ain't got it anymore. I'm doing a lot better. I was going to therapy. I went to therapy, but I remember, but I think I told you that story when my sister got into. Oh, it was on the way of me going to therapy. It was some kind of therapy, and then so like I said, it's a long story. I think I already discussed that on the video. I don't really want to get into too much details about that one, but I was just so mad at the person. I got, I let myself get the best of me, which I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have. Got let myself get the best of me. I shouldn't have done it. But speaking of what happened, well, um, this person, well, right on the way, I think somebody got hit or whatever. I don't know what happened or whatever. And next thing you know, I think this dude, there was some dude of my sister's, Monica or whatever, and well, Monica's boyfriend's people's or whatever. Next thing you know, it's happened very recently. It's not even that long ago. Somebody, got hit by a car and they got hurt. You know, that's why I say, Portland's is a really dangerous, neighborhood. But those who live there, don't experience it because it's at the end of the day, it's dangerous. It's really dangerous. But you don't really want to experience it if that makes sense. But I want to tell y'all, I love you guys. I do. You know, you guys, I'm gonna just say you guys, rock. You guys are awesome, and I can never, I can never say which. I can never, thank y'all so much. I can't even thank y'all so much. You know, these past 9, 10 years almost. Yeah, chicken breast. Chicken. Well, my sister's talking about chicken. Chicken does sounds really good. That actually, chicken really does sound really good. Pretty much. But if you guys had chicken breast, just let me know in the comments. Chicken breast does sound good. That's actually really good. That's really good. Ain't it? Sid? Chicken breast sounds good, don't it, sis? Yeah, it does sound good, guys. It actually does. I mean, it sounds good, but anyways, well, I was so disappointed. I mean, I was disappointed that I suffered my first loss of out of 2 years. The last time I lost to somebody was against this dude named Mr. Paul. That was the last time I've ever lost to somebody. Which I've had several wins, and as a teenager, I had several wins. I will admit, like 17, 18. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody's calling me, in the middle of a thing. But I've had, I've had a lot of wins and, losses in my life. I lost against my oldest brother a long time ago. I mean, so technically that counts. Technically, yeah. I mean, I guess you could say it does. I mean, I would say it's about 3-0, but that goes in the teen section. So let's talk about your young adult life. I mean, I've had several losses as a teenager. I mean, I beat my mother in arm wrestling. I beat my mom. I'm gonna talk about that one too. I was 13 years old. Me and my mom, right? So me and my mom. I challenged my mother in arm wrestling. So I challenged my mom in arm wrestling. I beat my mom for the very first time. I'll never will forget it. I beat my mom for the first time. Man, I'll tell you that story too about my brother. My brother when we were teenagers, he challenged my mom to arm wrestling. You know what my mom did? My mom, she defeated my brother. Did she, Marnolis? Marnolis. Mom did defeat you in arm wrestling, did she? Tell them on the live stream. It's about arm wrestling, just so you know. The story is about arm wrestling. I'll be happy to testify on some things that I remember. This is my brother. Well, he's back. Okay, what happened was, when I was arm wrestling, my mom, right? Uh, Melvin went up against her and he won. And when I faced off against her, my arm was on this circular brown table. That's what it was at the time. And I remember I had my arm. We were teens at the time. Yeah, we were teens at the time. And I remember one part where I had my arm on the table, and I was arm wrestling my mom, and I kept pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, just using all my force to push. But the next thing you know, when I went when I was challenging my mom, and she pushed my arm. I kept putting all my force into it, and then she took me down, and I lost. Heck, I was telling him about my first loss that I had recently. So actually, when I've arm wrestled as a teen, that was my very first ever loss that I've ever suffered as as a teen. My first which was against my own mom. My first loss was when I was 13. It was me, my oldest brother Eric, and then Sylvester, which my oldest brother. Well, Melvin didn't beat me first. It was my mom that beat me first. I've only lost, to several. I beat my uncle Rick, Ricky. I beat my uncle Rick. That's well, I would say as an older adult, you know what I mean. Like I've lost to Javier, a friend of mine, and he's lost to me, and I've lost to Melvin. Yeah, a lot of different occasions, but I've lost over the years. Yeah, over the years, yeah. But Javier, have beaten me on quite a bit of things. He's beaten me in arm wrestling. He's beaten me. So, wait. He's beaten me in arm wrestling. He's beaten me in video games. I remember back when we was in middle school, he beat me. He beat me at this game where like where you get to create avatar. Y'all probably remember like when you used to play on the Wii, and you used to play like golfing and stuff like that. Like y'all used to play that. And trying to remember. Well, you used to play golfing. You used to play boxing, and you get to play against other people and against your friend and stuff. So I did. I played against him. I was so close to defeating him, though. I was getting close to beating him, but as soon as he beat me, my arm was so tired. I was like, man, I just give up, and that was it. I was disappointed. Yeah, he'll be back. I'll be back. Huh? Yeah, let's mute that a minute. Nah, don't worry about that. It was just an alarm going off. Sorry, guys. You making chicken tenders? That's me. That was me, dude. Don't do that. Don't leave that here. I know they heard me. I know these guys heard me. Sorry, guys. I don't know. Yeah, I just barely made myself in live. Sorry, guys. Set a timer for 20 minutes, or set a timer for 18 minutes. But anyway, so my brother, he'll be back. Just give him a minute. We also want to talk about something too, so. Let's see, what time is it as of right now? 7:40. I haven't really worked out yet. I mean, because dinner's supposed to be, you know. You coming back? Yeah, I'm coming back. So, all right, sit down. But yeah, sorry, the alarm was going off. You can't hear that.
Sorry.
So explain the first loss that I just had recently, not too long ago.
Well, the very first. Well, it's actually his second loss.
Technically, yeah.
Technically, his second loss. It was against this Dre.
This Dre dude.
This Dre
At McDonald's.
And like, was your hand down?
Well, it was well, yeah, it was down. I mean, well, at first it wasn't down because I was holding on, and then right after that, because I had two arm wrestle matches, two. One I lost. Well,
Okay.
no. One I won.
One that he won,
and one I lost.
And then there was one that Melvin lost. I mean, it was pretty good. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, I'm glad that
I took a loss.
That Melvin took a loss.
To somebody. I finally found my match.
Melvin finally found his actual match. You know what I mean? Like, once you meet a match, it's
you gotta train extra hard.
You gotta train extra hard in order to get better. I mean that's a part of life.
But I'm still champion. I mean, as of now, right now, I am still champion. Look, show it to him.
He's still the arm wrestling champion.
Yeah.
If Melvin arm wrestles again,
I'm putting it on the line this time.
And you better win, dude, because if you lose this time, you will lose that title, dude. You will lose that title.
Permanently? Turn it off. I don't want people calling me. That brings backgrounds and you can get in trouble for backgrounds.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is that
if I lose this time,
if Melvin loses this time, then he will lose the title.
I'll be a former champion. I won't be a champion no more.
Mm-hmm. So you need to train extra hard if you really want to beat him. Train extra hard.
Savannah, sweetie.
All right. So, well, anyways, I gotta get going. Have a blessed one. God bless. See ya.
Yeah, but he was just saying something that's right.
I just wanted to say something.
Yeah. I will win this time.
Keep pushing harder and training your body, okay? And try to eat a little bit healthier. Hopefully nice too.
All right. She's gonna have to wait because I'm live. Like if it's important, she's gonna have to tell me that it's important. Because if I'm live and stuff, she's gonna have to explain that it's important. She could be like, "Hey, honey, it's important." You know what I'm saying, guys? I've been with the same girl for about almost 6 years. 6 years, that's a long time. Come on, buddy. I can't speak right now, bro. Jeez. People do it all the time to me. Like if I'm doing something, guys, people want to call you at the wrong time. I said I pray for you for looking in WWE show. Pray for looking you in WWE shows. Yeah, that would actually be cool. Even arm wrestling events too. I'm trying to get hold of my woman, but she's not really answering me, so I'm trying to reach out to her. But I want to say I love you guys. Hey, baby. I was trying to call you. What are you doing? Oh, I'm live. I don't want people calling me while I'm live. It's rude. You know what I'm saying? Not you, baby. I'm telling my friends. You know what I mean? Yeah, because you're not really supposed to have backgrounds. You could get called for copyright. You know what I'm saying? You can get in trouble for that. You know what I mean? Copyright. You know what copyright is? Somebody who has somebody else's music, and you don't own the rights to it. If you don't own the rights to it, and you don't ask permission for somebody to use the music, then you could get in trouble for it. It's against the law. You could go to jail for it. You know what I'm saying? It's against the law. You know, sweetie. And they also could take your account down too. They could take your account down, and that's what they can do. You know what I'm saying? And then you won't have that that video, them all the videos and everything you own. It won't be on there no more. You'll have to make another account. Either that, or you just won't use one at all. You know. Hey guys, if you guys do YouTube videos, I want to give y'all some really good advice. It's either you take it or you leave it. Okay. My advice for you is that if you um make YouTube videos, be sure be sure that you're doing the right thing. Don't play no copyright music. I've done it before, and I've done copyright music a long time ago. If you don't listen to a bad word in this and this is very nasty word and at all. You can go to I've had videos to where I had copyrights on it. Cowboys listen up all the time. Don't be listen to a bad word on there because it's a bad word. Plus, don't play Ice Cube and all that other crazy stuff because you can be caught for copyright and go to jail for it. If you gotta ask permission in order to use someone's songs. Like if you don't own the rights to it, all right, go ahead. Sorry. Don't sing the bad word in the YouTube and cussing to your prime and your everything. No, because they don't like that. Because they need to watch. They need to watch out the cussing and. Yeah, you can't have. You can't have. I don't care if it's Ice Cube. I don't care if it's XXX Tentacion. I mean, it's okay to have an entrance. Like, It's okay to have an arm wrestling entrant theme song or whatever, a wrestling theme song or whatever. But ask permission before using someone else's music. Don't just take. You ask. Or if you have a thing that says copyright, delete it.
If you're to listen to the tournament, so that's why they put headphones on. That way you don't have to.
I'm telling them, hey baby, if they have a YouTube video and they have, let's say you have music in the background, delete it because you could get in trouble. You can go to jail. It's against the law. Ain't that right, babe? Tell them about it. You can go to jail for 10 to 20 years in prison.
The background, the list up and everything.
Yes.
So
Did you know if you, I read something on the internet about copyright on social media? You can go to jail for they'll give you 10 to 20 years in prison for it too. That's a long time, ain't it?
why you why is people go to jail for?
Because, well, of copyright. You're not supposed to have. Most people have copyright music. You're not supposed to have copyright music. You can get in trouble for it. You see what I'm saying? You can get in trouble if that makes sense.
You, you, you have to list up on it into the with the bad word on there. You could put the tournament on there.
You could put tournament. You could put. You could put tournament. You could put boxing. You could do whatever, but don't do copyrights.
Don't list up cussing list up. That's a very bad word. That's all everyone don't listen to so when you have a headphone, it's easy to when you're listening to it at home. Listen up, because I don't want to hear any list of the bad word in the background and the blah blah blah, and it's really annoying. If you have a headphone, if like this, I will show you. Like this, I will show you. What's that? You have a headphone at home. If you have a headphone,
You can use headphones, but don't play. Don't be like using your microphone and have a music background and just be like and playing Ice Cube and
don't be a microphone. If you listen loud, it's because
they can hear that and
this cop. Let me talk. Is the cop everywhere? This some some person house listen real loud. Now I was hearing real loud. I don't be on YouTube because it's YouTube because you don't want to interrupt with the YouTube because the background because cops going around his house and running around everything was going on. Where is that sound coming from? You know, you don't have to listen up at
because a
home,
person could find
but you
you.
have to turn
They
it
could find
down.
you too.
To find to the listen up because the cops won't go to the door and knock with the somebody's door because that don't listen the bad thing.
It's easy to find somebody. It's easy to track somebody down. It's easy. Nowadays, people will track you down on your Snapchat. Cops could track you down anytime if they want to, and then you could get arrested for copyright.
And remember, don't get upset and angry at the cops. You have to listen to
Hold
cops.
on, baby. I got something to tell you. Hold on.
That's their word.
I got something to do. I got something to do. Yes, I know, baby. I got something to do. My phone, my tablet just came on. Come on, you stupid tablet. It's not working like it's supposed to. There we go. There we go. It's working now. Dang, man. Why is it saying update? I don't want to update it. It keeps wanting me to update, guys. You know what I'm saying?
No it, no it, no it. You have to let this sit the update. Let it go. My phone taking to me. My iPad too.
Yeah, it keeps wanting me to update and I update my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, guys, my phone is on 8%, so y'all bear with me, okay? I'm still alive or whatever, you know. See, my tablet is kind of acting stupid, so my tablet it's acting nutty right now.
Remember,
All right, go ahead, baby. Sorry.
remember, don't don't get upset and mad and angry at the cop. You have to listen to the cop to them. This is their job. That's not alright, everyone. Don't get mad and don't be touching the cop. Cause you know what? They're
You can
gonna
get
get
tased,
mad
or you can get charged for assault too.
and you touch the cop because that's not playing the game, and you have to listen to their job. Because that's the law. That you go to jail and touch the cop, and you put your hand on the cop, and they don't like that. Giving your attitude to the cop.
Okay,
That's
let
a
me
limit.
read something. Okay, I think I fixed it. Sorry, babe. I wasn't trying to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Oh, you fine. You're fine.
Trying to do my research on Google.
I'm gonna go talk to you about the.
Hold on, baby. Hold on.
Stop.
Well, sorry. Jeez, I wasn't trying to. Sorry, guys. How many years will you get for copyright on social media in prison, jail?
For copyright infringement on social media,
5 to
5 years in federal prison for a first offense, and up to 10 years for repeat offenses. Jail time usually happens for intentional commercial gain, like selling packaged material,
$250
not just doing things
fine.
casually.
Don't ever, hey guys, don't ever play no copyright music, guys. I don't care if it's Ice Cube. I don't like. I'm guilty of it. I'm gonna admit I'm guilty of it. I've had videos from back in back in 2022 where I had a copyright. I will admit I've had copyrights before, and I got in trouble. Well, technically, I will admit I didn't get in trouble. It just said copyright, so I had to watch about for copyrights and stuff. So if it's music or if it's whatever you're doing, if you're just doing your own thing like DJing, coming up with your own music beat or whatever, then that's fine. Oh, sorry about that. My alarm's up. That's a copyright, so I gotta be aware of that. I had to turn that alarm off, but anyways, just be mindful, guys.
Be
Cause
careful. Be careful.
cause you can get 5 to 10 years in prison.
Be careful when you're back down when you lift up the home. Don't lift real
Don't
loud.
play music on YouTube or none of that, cause you can get in trouble.
Don't listen up
It's
loud.
against the law.
The
It's illegal.
cops want to hear that over the house and hear those everyone's in the house listening loud. You have to turn it down.
It said two.
They don't like this. They don't like this at all.
What about Kentucky? I haven't even looked at Kentucky.
Tell everyone because cops don't like this.
Hold on, babe. Give me a sec. In Kentucky. Yep, 5 years. So $250 fine.
Let me see.
Okay, if you do a copyright, so $250 fine, you can get that. So prison, so fines. Yep, $250. Yep, so 250. 1 year, 10 year in federal prison. So 10 years in federal prison, and and then videos, music with a total retold, something like that. I ain't really good at reading, guys. This is what it says, guys. Look at it. Just be mindful of that, guys. Don't don't just this is what it says right there. Oh crap. It keeps cutting me off. So yeah, this is what it says. Just remember, stay out of trouble, guys. Jail is not a fun place. I've heard stories. My mom has been to jail. I've had, like I said, I've had family members that went to jail. So just be mindful. Trust me, I've never been to jail. I hate jail. I hate it. I despise it. If that makes sense. But just keep in mind, guys. Well, I'm probably gonna have to go ahead and eat, guys. I love you. So make sure y'all leave a like. Thank you all for joining my live. I'm the host of the Melvin Whiteside Show. I'm just screenshotting so I know who joined and who didn't join. So sorry, guys. I went and those who joined and those who didn't join today. So make sure y'all leave a like, share with y'all's friends, like, subscribe, leave the comments below. I'm the host of the Melvin Whiteside Show. I'm your arm wrestling champion still, Melvin Whiteside. I am currently and still sorry, guys. I wanted to tell y'all my phone's on 2%. I'm sorry. It's keep throwing me all. I was a little irritated a little bit. Sorry, guys. I had to a little quickly mute it. Well, so make sure y'all leave a like, share with y'all's friends, like, subscribe, leave the comments below. Let me know what you think of the video. I am the host of the Melvin Whiteside Show. I am your current arm wrestling champion right now, Melvin Whiteside. And one more thing for Dre. And I got one more message to say before I go. Man, I want to say thank you for the match that we had. And and I'm looking forward to our rematch, my friend. And I don't really know you to even consider you my friend. I don't know you like it, but it's a beginner. We just started talking, so I would just say you're an associate. I would say you're just an associate of mine. I don't know you all that well, but I appreciate the arm wrestling match that we had, and I'm looking forward to putting my championship on the line with you, my brother. And thank you. And this is for you. And championship will be on the line. I finally felt my match, which is you, my guy. Well, I love you guys. Stay tuned for more. I'm your arm wrestling champion. My phone's on 1% now. I am the host of the Melvin Whiteside Show. I love you. Stay tuned. Peace.